Hello, everybody, and welcome to Open House Live, the only live stream show in Las Vegas, bringing you some of the best open houses listed for sale today. As always, I got my main man, Paul Manguel, with me. How are you, Paul?
Good morning, Mike. Happy Saturday. Excited for another great tours of some open houses today.
You too. Welcome back from Hawaii and what was it, Tennessee?
Yeah, I was in Hawaii for a week for vacation and Tennessee for work. So I got plenty tan in Hawaii and then went and froze my tail off in Tennessee. So it was quite the change in a couple weeks.
The contrast therapy.
Yeah, not okay.
Well, what's your take on real estate this week? What's happening?
Well, gosh, we're seeing a lot. I think we're seeing activity starting to pick up. I'm seeing a lot more listings pop on the market, which we're excited about, and more deals going into contract. So that means that people are starting to become more active again. And Super Bowl weekend isn't as busy as some of the weekends for real estate because everyone's busy watching the football game. However, we're starting to see a lot of activity picking up. People are finally getting off the fence from the holiday hangover and are at it. What about you? What are you seeing on your side?
Much the same. A lot more activity. And the cool thing is more agent activity. I've had more calls this past week from agents that I haven't heard from for a while. So it's cool to see agents that haven't been as busy in the past. They're starting to pick up as well. So that's a good sign. Tells us
Absolutely.
The market's really heating up.
No, it's definitely a good sign. Anytime there's more activity, it's a great sign for us in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and with hearing from more people, I'm getting more questions. And I think one of the things we're going to start doing each week is taking some of the questions I received during the week and put them into our show, because if they're asking questions, oftentimes other people have the same questions. So we're going to go through these at the after we go through a few open house tours and just find out what people are asking, what's on their mind and what are they curious about. And I think we'll be able to help a lot of people with that.
I think so. Well, who do we got first today?
First up today, well, let's show who we've got. We've got Johnny Richardson from the new Vegas brokerage, Serhant. We've got Callie Walls-Vail from Simply Vegas. And we've also got Conrad Beatty from Life Realty District. 3 awesome agents on show today. So tell you what, let's jump right into.
All right, we're pulling Johnny Richardson in first. Johnny, how are you?
What's going on there, gentlemen? How are you? Man,
Excited
I hope I'm not losing you right now because I can't hear you at all. But however, I'm going to roll with it. Found out there's a little bit of reception issue at this back end. So we're going to have to jump over that. If you love this house, I think you will. This is located in a beautiful area of Las Vegas, Section 10, which is absolutely amazing. Just the south end of the Summerlin area. If you're not familiar, what this area is known for, it's known for big lots. It's absolutely amazing. If you're moving from out of town, you want a big lot, you want to look in Section 10. Now, let's take a look at the house. Enough of me over here. So, as we switch over, and we're about to switch over right here. Bingo. All right. So, as I walk through the front main. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. We got you.
Good. Did I lose you? Okay. As I'm walking through the front main area here and enter, we're going to walk into the open floor plan here. As you can see, the large island. This place is gorgeous. This is a Lennar home. Technically, it's a brand new home, so it was never been lived in. It's a 2023. They bought the home, and as you can see, upgraded everything that you can see. Amazing electric fireplace that you have here. It's great for entertaining, party time, family time, the list goes on. This is going to be your primary as we go through to the right of the living area, which is huge. It's 17 by 17, plenty of room to move around, and has all been upgraded, as you can see, into the primary bath. Now, they did an amazing job with the walk-in closet as well, completely built out, as you can see. I mean, you got shoes for days, clothes for days. You got everything you could possibly imagine in here. Now, As you go through this, if this address is 2669 Pioneer Estates, Section 10, 89117 in Las Vegas. So there are some areas that I'm jumping over due to reception. One of those areas is your front walk-in area. As I focus down here, you're going to have 2 secondary bedrooms with a Jack and Jill. And that's where your laundry facility is as well. One of the biggest bonuses with this house is going to be your in-law suite. You could call it a cage for your in-laws or whatever you want to call it, but it's a great guest house here. Friends, family, somebody staying over temporary, short-lived, whatever it might be. You got everything you can imagine, including their own separate entrance as well, which is super awesome. Now, let's take a look at that. What I love about this guest suite is you have a sectioned off bedroom. Some of them are set up like a studio, not this one. You have a full bath in here with everything you can imagine. Look at that, upgraded, the mirrors, you name it, along with a walk-in closet. If you have a guest over, they're practically on vacation at this point. You really can't beat this. Now, something I'm going to have to jump over due to reception is this house, which is super awesome if you have toys, if ton of cars, a big family guest over, you have a 4-car garage. You do not want to miss out on this house. This house has over 3,500 square feet of living space. You're sitting over 20,000 square foot lot. This has everything. Now, I'll tell you right now, you might say, can I afford it? What can I do? Reach out to myself. We're getting creative. We're doing things like buying down rates right now, making it more affordable. Don't be afraid to ask. The squeaky wheel always gets the grease. That's what you have for now. Johnny Richardson on 2669 Pioneer Estates, everybody.
I love it. Can you hear us, Johnny?
Yep, I can hear you.
Great, great. So you mentioned the what was it, 3-car garage, 4-car? What was it again?
That's a 4-car garage.
Very nice, and love that direct access to the, the mother. I'm sorry, the mother, the in-law suite.
Yes, that is correct.
The additional family suite that you have over there with a separate entrance. Now I've noticed something like that. There, it has I saw there's a small sink in there, but there's no cooktop and stuff. Correct? I don't think that's allowed. Is that correct?
Yep. There's you could put, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll do a hot plate. An easy way to go about it, you could do an electric stove all day long if you're going to make it more permanent. But not a lot of people do. I mean, you got everything. A lot of people throw in a microwave or whatever it might be, with like they did right over here, as you can see. Yeah. But all depending what direction you want to go with it.
Yeah, it's a great space and really a good way when you have guests over, or I mean, you can even rent that out as an additional, a good way to, if you want to do a little extra income, or even as almost like not an Airbnb, more of a,
or you could do like, if all depending on HOA based off approval, you could go corporate, or you could do 6 months or higher.
Very good. Very good. What about like a I know Airbnb is not, but like a bed and breakfast kind of thing, where if you're staying in the house, aren't you allowed to do that, or is that still something that needs permitting?
Yeah, you still need permitting. That would be a short-term rental if you do like an Airbnb. So that'll be you're sitting in an HOA. This is a gated community. It's a small gated community, just over 50 houses. So you would need an approval based off that. It would be a stretch on the short term. You'd have a better shot with the corporate if somebody's like, which is really successful as far as, let's say, traveling nurses, doctors, people on shorter contracts. People do very well with those.
Very good. I see, and it's staged very nicely. You guys did a great job for a house that's never been lived in. Looks great. Looks like a model home.
Oh, yeah, they did an amazing job. Naturally, like you said, it is staged, but if somebody's absolutely in love with the furnishings, there is something that could be worked out. It's real estate. Everything's negotiable. I'll throw myself in the deal if I have to, whatever it takes.
You'll live in the in-law suite over there while
exactly. Breakfast every morning.
Keep them entertained.
Johnny, you said this is section 10. I don't know if
absolutely. And any of these open houses that I run on the weekends, every weekend I'm running an open house. Stop on by regardless. If you're watching this, I give out entertainment in Las Vegas. You're entered into a raffle. There's show tickets. There's comedy shows. There's dining. all sorts of fun stuff. We just want eyeballs on. You might not be in the market, but you know somebody that is. We just want you to come by and see it, and it's fun anyway.
For sure. Very good.
Beautiful house.
All right. Well, Johnny, what's I know you mentioned some. What's a one tip that you'd give to buyers out there in the market right now? Something when they're out there looking at property. What's your hottest tip for a buyer right now?
I say the squeaky wheel always gets the grease. I can't tell you how many times that I represent a listing and a buyer comes through. They love the house, but they just assume that they can't put the deal together. Sellers are willing to work with you right now. You got to speak up. Don't hesitate to put anything on paper. Get with your agent and communicate with the listing agent or whatever it might be if you have buyer representation. Things are happening. Deals are happening. Better deals than you possibly think. But just like everything in life, if we don't ask for it, we're not going to get it. I'm working with sellers right now that are doing major rate buy downs to help buyers get in. And they had no idea they could ever afford it. And that kind of that payment that they're offered with that rate buy down, they're like, this is unbelievable. I'm like, yeah, all you had to do was ask and you got it. So.
Very nice.
Awesome. Johnny, I don't think you can hear me, can you?
No, I don't think he can. Well,
right.
Johnny, thanks again for jumping on with us today. And we got your phone number and your contact information on here. And looking forward to seeing you out there. Hopefully you get some good traction out there today.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. Come on by, have some cookies and all that good stuff. I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Johnny.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon.
Love that energy. I think he's got the most energy of anyone we've had on before.
Quite a character. Very good. Beautiful house. Great location. Great size house and a small gated community with about 50 properties. That's a really nice spot, and again, over there in section 10, know that area very well. And like I said, staged well. If I'm buying that house, I'm probably asking for that furniture as well. The way they had it staged, it looked really good.
Johnny couldn't hear me, but I was going to ask him, we know section 10, but for those people who are newer to town, who aren't aware, explain what section 10 is or where it is in Vegas.
Yeah. So section 10, that's over in this the Spring Valley area is where, so I mean, I don't know the exact cross streets of where it would, but it was like Desert Inn and the Buffalo area.
Yeah, I think it extends over to Sahara to Desert Inn and from I think Jones up to Buffalo. Yeah.
I don't know the exact square. I could drive there, but I don't know exactly. You drive there. All right.
Well, let's jump back into showing homes, and we've got a return guest today. We're going to Miss Callie Walls-Vail from Simply Vegas.
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Callie. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for having me back.
Excited to see what you have for us today. We loved having you a couple weeks ago, and we're excited. I see you're in a different part of town today.
Yes, we're on Arroyo Grande and Warm Springs, pretty much right there. It's a great community. Tapatio 2. It's a condo community, 379 Blanca Springs. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. And I'm going to turn you around here. Everything, can you see me good?
Perfect.
Good.
Hi, guys. How are you? Good. So we're going in the front. It is a 2-car garage attached, which is nice. A little bit about this community. We have a lot of retirees. We have some snowbirds. Everybody is really, really great. They're really hoping to, get an actual resident instead of a renter. There's a few renters in here, and everyone's welcome. But the community, they've all stopped by, and they really want somebody to be a part of it. We do have 2 people viewing right now, so you're going to see them. We're going in. Vaulted ceilings. You walk directly into the kitchen to your left. We do have stainless steel appliances, upgraded cabinetry. And then in these doors right here, it is going to be your washer and dryer. You seeing and hearing me okay, Mike?
Yeah, we
you
hear
good.
you great. You're doing great.
Perfect.
Keep on going.
And you know, for being a small little condo, it's 1,060 square feet. They have great storage in this kitchen.
Yeah, I see that. So it's now being in that townhome community, they're all so they have a shared wall, correct?
Yeah. Two and some are three. So we are in the middle. We're sandwiched in with 2 units. And then
Very,
to the next building, some are 2, some are 3.
very good.
Yeah, no problem. Please feel free to give us a call. If
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah,
of course.
Have a good day, ladies.
that's
Something
always a good
unique
thing
about
when you're
this
doing an open.
townhome.
It's always a good thing when you do an
Yeah,
open
with
house.
people.
You have the people are walking around. You know that they had scheduled appointments, so it's glad to see them out there.
Yep, they're coming from California, so they're looking for a nice little second home, which is really cool. Oh, what I
Hey,
wanted to
Senator,
tell you, these are my favorite. There's skylights throughout. So where's the other one? Let me see. Oh, in the bedroom. There's one here. Oh, this is one too. It threw me off. I thought it was a light, but it just brings natural light at all times. It's really nice. And there's another one in the second bedroom. We'll go around here. I'll come back to the living room. Here's a walk-in shower, which is nice. I did notice in this community, it's a mixture of people, but with the retirees, most of them have a little walk-in shower, which is nice.
yeah,
It does have a heated year-round pool. It's like resort style living. There's that other skylight.
very good. Yeah, like those solar tubes are great. That you can get
Solar
that extra
tubes,
light in
okay.
the house.
Hey, Callie, we just had a comment come in, a question. Is this an age restricted community?
No, not at all.
Awesome.
It just seems to be that everybody's coming. There's people from Canada, California, the colder states, some year-round livers. I've done another open house here, and I got the luxury of meeting all the neighbors. It was great. We do have a gas fireplace.
Oh,
Yep, that is not an electric one that's brought in. That's an actual gas fireplace there. Quite the living space here. My client, she did have a nice sized table there, which still gave her space to have her furniture. She had a couch and 2 chairs in here. It was really nice, her setup.
Callie, as a realtor, I'm sure you think about each one of your listings. You think, who's the ideal buyer for this property? What demographic or who would you put in this property as being the ideal buyer?
I would say a retiree. It's perfect. It's single story, right? 2 bedrooms, walk-in shower. Now the primary does have a full tub. We are in here. But it's leisure living, not much to take care of. The HOA just raised to $250, but it does cover your water, sewage, and garbage.
Good.
So in hindsight, those bills are not an added on. It's coming out of your HOA. You don't have to worry about it being paid. Life is good.
yeah, you figure your water and sewer. I mean, every month that's going to be $50 or $60 right there, just your water and sewer, and then your trash will be another $15-$20 a month. So that other 180, that's what's covering your everything else in the community, covering the heated pool,
Right.
the and all those parts of the community.
Looks like we lost Callie's video, but I think we can still hear her. And maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, she'll come back in a minute.
She'll
What I do like about these areas, and you look at a smaller home, 1,000 square feet, definitely a smaller property. However, when you're in a community like that with a pool, with other amenities, it's a nice something like that where you can actually, they could potentially use it as a turnkey situation. Like they mentioned that other client who was walking through their potential buyer as a second home.
Yeah.
Townhome communities are great as far as second homes go. We can add Callie back in.
I'm back.
Townhomes are great for second homes because you typically don't have a lot of maintenance outside. You don't have a yard to take care of. And so they could literally lock the door, go back to California or wherever they are, and this could be a second home.
Absolutely.
I am going to pop I am popping the garage. I just want to, you have so much space. She does have built-ins. All of this will be gone, of course. Water softener, new water heater. Excuse that loud noise there, but we do have a water softener, new water heater. There are some fridges out here that, you know, everything, just like the first guy said, if you don't ask, you know, you're not going to get it. So, Mike, I did want you to talk about a little bit about the rates, the same, you know, when your realtor comes in here, being strategic is what's going to get you the best deal and get you that lowest payment, making you feel comfortable. And that's something that Mike offers.
I think you're utilizing one of my flyers at this open house today.
Yes, I am.
What we're talking about on rates on this one is it's a great property to utilize a 2-1 or temporary buy down, where you buy down the rate 2 points the first year, 1 point the second year, and then years 3 through 30, you're at your normal rate. And usually this comes from the seller in the form of a seller concession. So as the realtor, they'll ask for, you know, up to 3% generally, sometimes a little bit higher, but then you utilize those funds to buy down your rate, which makes it easier those first couple of years.
Yes, and this is a perfect, like you said, also when I came back, you were talking about being a second property. This is a great secure property where you could go back home and let it be, not have too many worries. So for me,
is it a gated community?
Oh yes, gated community.
Great.
Also, there's a great little like shopping center right close by. So there's some restaurants, bars, CVS, you know, so there's some things close by, and then Sunset Station is right down the road. So you're just in
This
a
is like
very
original Green Valley Ranch area.
Yes.
It looks like, and you can see looking at the outside, what I can always tell about communities that have been around, look at the trees. The trees are all huge in the area, mature trees all over the place. And that's a good sign, a good established community, which means there's great resources around the area. So you're not going to have to worry about driving too far to get to a grocery store, to get to some place to hang out because of where it's set up.
Easy living.
Not far from Green Valley High School. Very good. Very good. So with now you said they're typically looking like there's 2 to 3 per pod that are connected. Is that how that is?
Yeah.
Very good.
Now, Callie, you're going to be out there from 10 to you're going to be out there from 10 to 2 today?
Yes. 10 to 2. Come take a tour, come visit us. It honestly, you'll feel so good. The vibe, it's vibing out here.
I love it. And the weather's perfect today. So if there's a day to get out and look at some open houses, today is one of them for sure.
Exactly. And we've had some traffic, so come on through and take a view.
Last time we worked with Callie in our neighborhood, after the show, I stopped by to see them over in my
Inspirata.
That's it. It was great. They did a really nice job out there, and we're glad to have you back today. And Callie, what's one thing what else would you tell a buyer right now that's coming into that neighborhood? What would you tell them? What's your number one tip for a buyer right now?
I'd say asking for those concessions. What's more important to you? Keeping some money in your pocket, your monthly payment. I think buyers don't know those things. And I feel like that's something that they need to know, because people are payment conscious, and there's so many things that you can utilize. And as agents, we need to be able to communicate those things. So right now it's a
Absolutely.
buyer's market. We can, those are negotiable. We're seeing that across the board still. So rates lower, we may not get those concessions.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Callie, thank you again so very much. We always love having you on.
Thank you, you guys. I appreciate it.
Good luck today.
Thank you. See you later.
So that is classic Green Valley, where that's located. Was it
Yep.
Pecos and Warm Springs? I think it is.
Yeah, Rio Grande, right around there.
Yeah.
So it's over not far from Green Valley High School. I know that area very well. Lots of great shopping, like she said. The Sunset Station Casino is right over there. The Galleria Mall, not far, right across the street from Green Valley Ranch. I'm sorry, Sunset Station. Great freeway access, great access to groceries, great access to things to do, the bars, other shopping. So it's really, really in the heart of I remember when that used to be so far away. Yeah. Now that's smack dab in the middle of Green Valley and Henderson.
For sure. And thinking about that property a little bit more, I think you hit it. That is a perfect second home for somebody. Come to Vegas for a 3-day weekend, come in, get out, not have to really worry about the maintenance of the property. Mm-hmm. I think that's the prime buyer for that secondary home.
Lock in the door and, lock and leave. And that's a key part about when you have a second home in other areas. If you have a lot of landscaping or a pool, or sometimes it's a little more challenging to the setup when you get there, and then to shut down the property as you leave. There's a lot that goes into it, but something like that, you can literally pop in, have a set of all your clothes there for the weekend, do what you're going to do, drive in, park in the garage, do your thing for the weekend. And with so many people working remote these days, this could be great for a snowbird, someone who lives in cold weather climate during the year, but they work remotely. They could come down here in the summertime or the wintertime and then go back up to their other home in the summer. I was just in Detroit in Tennessee, and all the places, it was in the 20s. And right now we have a 70-degree day today out in Las Vegas. So it's a good place to be.
Almost no place I'd rather be. Almost.
Yeah, right. I hear you.
Well, all hey, right. Let's jump in and let's go to our buddy Conrad Beatty from Life Realty. Conrad, how are you?
All right, Conrad, can you hear us okay?
All right, how you doing, sir?
Good. Any luck with this place?
Not yet. We'll see
right,
what happens, though.
Conrad, can you hear us? I don't think
he
can hear us.
All right, let's see if we can, let's jump off real quick, see if we can hit him up behind the scenes.
Fun part about our day when we're using these Wi-Fi channels, it's a little challenging sometimes to keep everybody in the spot they need to be. So let's try one more time. Let's see if we can add them. Conrad, can you hear us, my friend?
Cannot hear us. You know what I've noticed? I think people who wear earbuds are the ones that have the hardest time hearing us.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a microphone issue.
Or it's going back and forth. Well, let's see what happens. We'll let him come back on here and give it a whirl. The beauty of live streaming is sometimes we have these challenges like this.
We'll tell you what, while we're waiting for Conrad to come back on, let me talk about a question that I had this week. So I was speaking with a client, and we were just starting the pre-approval process. And in the first conversation, she said, I know rates have gone up this week, but I still hope I can get a lower rate. And it caught me off guard because, we every day we get notices about what rates are doing. And when we get emails at the end of the day, what's happened with rates, they move generally like a couple hundredths of a point. So maybe it's 6.10 one day, the next day it's 6.3. But some of the headlines that come out say rates are higher this week. And that's what people hear.
Mm-hmm.
So when I asked her, well, how much did rates go up? Because I wanted to see where her mind was. Her response was, oh, I don't know. I just heard they went up. And so I want to talk about, on a daily basis, rates are rarely ever going to have these wild swings of like a quarter of a point or half a point. Mm-hmm. They're always in a couple hundredths of a point, going from 6.10 to 6.13, 6.13 to 6.09. And I tell you, that change in rate has almost a negligible to no effect on our buyers. If they didn't see the headlines, they would never know the difference, because it doesn't change their points, or it doesn't change exactly what they're going to pay in an interest rate. It may slightly affect, how much money they may have to come in. And when I say affect, we're talking $50 to $100 difference. That's all that will impact them. So I know we get caught up in the headlines, especially us in the profession. We see these headlines all day, so we just kind of blow it off. But when our clients see these headlines, to them, it's a big deal. It's massive. Right. Rates have gone up this week. Oh my God, what happened? I should have bought already. But that change is so minuscule. And what I want to show is, what is the effect of a 1% interest rate change to someone's payment? So this slide here, we're showing the interest rate influence. So for every 1/8 of a change in interest rate, going from 6 to 6 1/8, that equals about $8 per $100,000 loan amount. So somebody buying a $400,000 home, that 1/8 change will change their monthly payment by about $32. Not a whole lot. It's
like Starbucks coffees,
yeah,
for the month.
But the biggest thing I want to touch on is a 1% interest change. So this last year, 24 or in 25, we came down about 1 percentage point. Well, on a $100,000 loan amount, that 1 percentage point equaled about $64 in monthly payment. If we went that up to a $400,000 loan amount, that's about $256 on a monthly payment. And again, I don't want to minimize and say that's nothing, but it's not as big of a change as a lot of people think. People are waiting, I want rates to come down another percent. Also, they can save about $256 a month. So, the headlines can be misleading. News headlines can, make us think things are changing more drastic than they actually are. And I always like to come back and show the actual numbers, the true numbers. What does this change have on your rate and what your monthly payment is? And as you can see here, a 1% change, it has some effect, but it's not as great as a lot of people think.
Yeah, and I think just like you said, when we see something in the newspaper or something we hear on the radio or on the news channels about interest rates and about the housing market, when things are expensive, when things go up, people they don't fully understand that. And I think what we really deal with, especially when the Federal Reserve meets, and when the Federal Reserve goes and has their meeting and they lowered rates. Well, they immediately think that a lowered rate by the Federal Reserve means lower rates on the mortgage side, and that's not always the case. So it's interesting that we deal with this, but you're right. It's a good way to educate buyers and sellers about this. So you can educate the sellers about why the importance of helping to move their house by maybe helping with some contributions, and for a buyer that they can get in and, like Johnny said earlier, make that offer, get in there, get the conversation started. Don't just think you can't buy the house because of a difference in a rate, because you're right, a half a point or an eighth of a point change might not be that big of a difference for them to get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, let's see. I think we got Conrad back on. Let's see if we can add him in. Conrad, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry about that first one. I couldn't hear you guys. But yeah, I don't know. Somehow it kicked me out. But I'm back and we're good to go. So
All right.
Awesome.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get going. Tell us about the property today.
Yeah, so we are up here in the lovely Sun City Anthem. We have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, a little over 1,500 square feet. So it is, you know, just a nice little cozy home. It's been pretty much fully renovated, from the flooring to the fixtures to pretty much everything. So very nice little spot, you know, perfect for, you know, some empty nesters trying to downsize. We've been getting a lot of traffic flow with, you know, just some people looking to retire, maybe coming out of state, things like that. So beautiful neighborhood, as you can see, very quiet. A lot of people just enjoying this beautiful winter day in Las Vegas. So, you know, just out here walking and just enjoying the scenery.
Excellent. So you said Sun City Anthem, so definitely an age-restricted community.
Yeah, 55 plus. You know, one person has to be over 55, you know, 55 or older. We have seen, you know, we have seen in the past some HOAs, or, you know, if you're close to that age, you can, you know, kind of, you know, just talk to the HOA and they, you know, usually they'll work with you on that as well. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Well, take us through the house and show us what you got today.
All right, let's go. Let's get it. All right, here we go. So yeah, we got the 2-car garage here. Hold on, let me get this camera.
No, you're good. We can see it just
Oh, there we
fine.
go. Yeah, it was for some reason it was like flipped on me. But yeah, so you come in here to the main space here. Okay. It's just a nice wide open layout. Kitchen's been redone. Cabinets are original, but they did sand those down, repaint them. You got all new fixtures, stainless steel appliances, quartz countertops here as well. Okay. Definitely turnkey. So you have your guest bedroom is going to be back this hallway here. Has the full bathroom here as well. Everything's been
Nicely redone tile in there.
Yeah, tile's nice as well. Both bedrooms do have brand new carpeting in it as well, along with these shutters here. So this is just your guest bedroom here. Okay. Some closet space here to the left. Yep. Back here out to the great room. And, you know, with the house being just 1,500 square feet, a little over, it's like 1,540. I just think that, you know, the home really like uses and utilizes all of the 1,500 square feet. You don't have a lot of dead space in the hallways or anything, which really makes it feel a little bit bigger. So
it looks like the bedrooms are on both sides of the house. So
yeah,
definitely, even if it is age restricted, it certainly could be a situation for older people can still have roommates as well, you know, and that the way it's set up, it's 2 separate parts of the house.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. So, and that is one plus. You know, a lot of people enjoy that when they come in, and when they've come in, they've made you know, comments about that as well. How they like the fact that you know, if you have somebody staying with you, they're on the other side of the house. They have their own bathroom right there. So, you know, you can kind of keep separated as well. So nice big walk-in closet here in the master. Some nice high ceilings. You don't feel cramped. And I think higher ceilings always makes it feel a little bit more spacious as well. So, and then you walk into your in-suite bathroom here.
Nice step-in shower.
Yep, nice step-in shower here.
They did a nice job with the remodel.
Yeah, no, it's clean, man. It's you know, and we see a lot of remodels you know, throughout the valley, and you know, some are definitely better than others, but you know, when I first stepped in here, I thought the same thing. It's just really, really clean, and it's just, you know, ready to go. It's you wouldn't have to do anything to it unless you know, had a certain preference. I'll take you into the garage here really quick, just because it does have a nice little feature with the little extra space up here. If you have a golf cart or anything, a lot of people have, you know, little golf carts. You got your water softener system as well. Hot water tank over there is fairly newer. And I know the AC unit is about 6 years old. So that's, you know, pretty good as far as, you know, out here in this Vegas heat. You want something on the newer side, and the owners are offering a 2-year warranty on that as well. So
Great.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. But let's take you out back here.
I like that garage having that extra spot. Yeah, you do see it is a golf cart permissible community in Sun City Anthem. So
Yeah.
allowed. So that's what a lot of the people do have. They have that extra space for that golf cart. I see
Right.
people all the time. My in-laws live it. That's a really good sized backyard. You can fit a pool back there if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's the other thing. It's you know, plenty of space. Sometimes up here you'll see where like the backyards are not fenced in. You kind of, you know, not share space, but they're not fenced in. This one's fenced in on both sides. This one actually has a wall on the other side for the other neighbor there. So definitely a plus with that. But yeah, to your point, very, very nice size lot, over 6,000 square feet, and you know, just pretty much a clean slate. You know, just you can do whatever you wanted with it, really.
Yeah,
if you wanted to. Yeah. So, yeah, but yeah, nice covered back patio. And then you can actually, you know, I've had some people come in from the neighborhood and said that, you know, they would extend it a little bit, you know, just kind of creating ideas for, you know, if they move forward with the purchase. So, but yeah, plenty of space and opportunity out here for sure. Yeah.
Lots of potential in that backyard, and having that brand new inside, having everything remodeled on the inside with that blank canvas of a backyard, there's a lot of opportunity to really make this house into a great home.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, man, we're out here 11 to 2 p.m. today.
All right.
Been having some pretty good traffic. They did just do a price reduction as well, so should, you know, create a little bit more buzz, a little bit more traffic as well. But we've been getting nothing but good comments about the property. So I haven't had anybody really say, "Oh, I don't like this or that" about it. So been very positive. Yeah.
Hey, Conrad, how long has the property been on the market? Do you know?
Yeah, we are going on, I believe this is the 4th week. So, okay. Yeah, it's a little over 30 days right now. Yeah. So.
Sounds like they're pretty motivated then. If they did a price reduction within the first 30 days, sounds like they're pretty motivated to get this house sold.
Oh yeah. Very motivated. Definitely accepting all offers, you know. They'll review any offers that come our way. So we appreciate it. Yep, for sure.
So we tell people all the time, just get the conversation started. If you're interested, offer and get it started.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Well, Conrad, tell everybody a little bit more about yourself. Let's get to know you a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my name's Conrad. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, York, PA. I've been in Vegas 5 years now. Been in real estate. It's my 5th year as well. I am with Life Realty District, part of the Aaron Alessi team. And yeah, just out here working hard, man. Just, enjoying Vegas and, just trying to, just help my clients, man, achieve, their goals. And I'm really big on education. And, I was listening to you guys, just kind of talk about the interest rates and things like that. And, I think that's one of my biggest keys. You know what I mean? When I meet people, like I met a gentleman 2 weeks ago in this very same property. He was like, I don't want to work with any buyer's agents. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I just made sure he had a lot of information with him. And I just said, hey man, here's some info. Here's some good buyer tips, just, learn as much as you can, moving forward, but you always want to have somebody on your side. You never want to walk into a property and just expect, the person representing the seller to have your best interest in mind.
Yeah.
And you could have somebody with your best interest in mind, so, but yeah, I think, like I said, I'm big on education, just people learning. A lot of people just don't understand what it takes or how close they may be to being able to purchase a home. You know what I mean? They just think, well, I can't, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But, just getting them actually looking at numbers, getting them, actually providing what their situation is key. And, once they realize how close they are, they might be ready and not even know it,
Yeah.
It's it's a game changer. You know what I mean? It's a game changer. So I just love helping people, achieve those goals. And, that's what I love about it. So.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Well, great,
Well,
Conrad. We'd love to have you on the show. We want to have you back. So next time you're doing another open house, reach out. Let's get you back on. Love having you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's been a pleasure. And I appreciate you guys having me on, and definitely, would love to be back on again for sure. Cool. I just had another listing pop up. So maybe we'll talk about, showcasing that one next week or something.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Conrad.
All right.
One of the things I think is great about these age-restricted communities as well is that someone can do, if they're of age in the right age group, they can do a reverse purchase, which I know you're familiar with, Mike, and I learned about that a couple of years ago. I think it's a great tool that a lot of people just don't pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
To it.
And we should probably do a deep dive on this one. 1 week, but reverse mortgages are, in my opinion, highly underutilized, especially in the age restricted communities, the 55 and over, highly unutilized.
Well, I think, for such a long time, there was really a bad stigma about reverse mortgages, and the way the product has adapted over the last several years, it is a great, great tool for someone to purchase, where if they live in the house already, but a lot of people aren't familiar with the reverse purchase aspect. That house right there was listed for about $500,000. So you could have somebody that could maybe they sold their house in another state for $800,000. Now they could buy that house cash and still have $300,000 in the bank, or maybe they put 50% down, do a reverse purchase, and now they have an additional $250,000 in their bank.
Right.
On top of that, and they don't have a mortgage payment. So
no mortgage payment. Yeah. Let's tell you what, let's run through this real quick. So a reverse purchase. So you're utilizing a reverse mortgage to purchase the home. Let's use this house as an example. It was listed, let's say $500,000. You could feasibly, on a reverse mortgage, buy this home for $250,000 cash out of your pocket. So in your scenario, Paul, you've got $800,000 from the sale of another property. You move here, you put 250 down on this house, and then you do a reverse mortgage for the remaining $250,000, and you do not have a monthly mortgage payment.
Mhm.
Well, how do you not have a mortgage payment? Because interest accrues from your $250,000 for your loan amount. It accrues on a monthly basis, and it's not a skyrocketed interest rate. It's FHA interest rates. So right now we're talking 6%. Interest accrues just like as if you were paying your mortgage, except instead of you paying the interest just builds up over time. So if you're in that house for another 10 years, after 10 years, you go to sell, well, that $250,000 loan balance has gone up to, let's say, I don't know, 350, whatever it might be, maybe 400,000. Now, typically what happens with a reverse mortgage is, well, I'll go here. Usually you're in that mortgage until you pass. Okay. It's only for 62 years of age or older. And typically the homeowner passes away. Now the family has the option. Do they sell that house? And if there's equity there, that's what they would want to do. Sell the house, maintain the equity. Or if there's no equity there, there's no liability. You just let the bank take it back. That's what this mortgage is designed for. So let's say the person lives in the house for 20 years and that repayment has gone up exponentially. Well, great. Your parents just lived in this house for 20 years without a mortgage payment. And if and when they pass, okay, the lender takes this property back and they deal with it. There is absolutely zero repercussions for the heirs or for the family.
It's a great tool. Yeah, it's a great tool. And I agree with you. Very underutilized. And especially in these, and like you mentioned about the age group, once you get in those higher age brackets too, the terms become really more favorable.
Absolutely.
For the homeowner, because like you said, it's meant as a way to help people on fixed income. And anyway, you're right. We can have an entire show about this, but if you're looking in an age restricted community, consider if you want to buy cash, but maybe you want to keep some of that cash in your bank still, consider a reverse purchase. Talk to Mike and he'll be able to help you out with that.
Yeah, great product.
All right.
Let's hit one more thing. I know we've got 3 more minutes left. You know, we were talking about the interest rate and how interest rate changes a monthly payment. And I approached it earlier from the aspect of a buyer. But just last night, one of yours and my good friends reached out to me about a mutual client who was having some difficulties getting a loan approved with a different lender, but wanted to pick my brain on it. And they had some income disparities because of a rental property. Well, we were thinking of different options, and we thought about another option for them, but the interest rate would be about 1% higher, 1 to 1.25% higher. And the realtor said, okay, so that would maybe make their monthly payment $750 or $1,000 more per month. Well, and the realtor said in the short term, that's okay, because they can, once they get this other stuff fixed out, they could always refinance it back into a VA loan. And I paused for a moment, like I asked the same question: where'd you get that $750 or $1,000 figure? He's like, oh, that's just where I think it would be. So I spit out exactly what I talked about earlier.
Sure.
That 1% change for them would only be about $380 difference. Yeah. And he was shocked. He didn't realize that that's all the difference it was.
Yeah. And that's why, back even to what Conrad was saying about someone didn't want to be represented by a realtor. That's why it's important you have a realtor working in your best interest. That's why it's important you talk to your mortgage advisor about a loan instead of just assuming, when I go to the doctor's office, I don't assume I know what is the best treatment for me. I let the doctor tell me what is going to be my best course of action for an illness that I might have, because that's what they do. I just flew back from vacation, got a little bumpy on the way back. I don't tell the pilot, hey, maybe you should go a different direction, because that's not my expertise, right? That's what they do. That's for them. So
You
That's
also
where we're
don't want to be taken off the plane in handcuffs when you land.
Yeah, that too. But all
Well,
right.
I love this one. This was good. I love, like Conrad, I love the educational component of
Sure.
what we do.
Definitely. It's definitely helpful. And that's what we're here for. You know, you and I have both been in this industry a very long time, and we've seen the high points and the low points of real estate in Southern Nevada. So it's nice to be able to help people understand the best way for them to be part of get into our market, whether it's as a buyer or a seller or the realtors that are involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, we had another great week, and we'll be back next week with 3 more open houses and maybe 4. Who knows? We'll see whoever we can bring on here and help them move some property.
Absolutely. Love having everybody on again, and love doing the show. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
I agree. All right, Mike. Have a great rest of your weekend, and
You too.
Seahawks in the over.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.